I didn't do it right. Like, I don't know what to say. I did it regular, but it didn't work. Today's date, what's today's date? Second service of the year, man. Best one of the year? No. It's early, but really, like,
Hey, you want it in your front camera?
it don't matter. You can switch it around if you want.
I don't have to. I just thought you liked it better.
No, my front camera on my other phone is better. It's 8K. All of these are 4K and HD, so it don't matter. But on my Android, that front cam is 8K, so I'll try to, whenever I can, use that one because it's 8K. But hopefully everybody's doing well. If you haven't got some word yet today, check out One Church, man. Put it in the YouTube. Put the One Church Gehenna in the YouTube. You're gonna want this message today. The best son in the world has asked me to speak first. He requested.
No, me. You are the best son in the world.
He told me, well, I was the best son in the world, so I understand what he's saying. I was the best son in the world. Now he's the best son in the world.
Oh my goodness.
So, I will let Miles go first. I'm gonna give an overview quick. We're gonna get into it was just Deuteronomy. He did like a chapter overview of Deuteronomy, and
it's part 2 of the Forget Not series.
Yeah, I just want to, it encourages people kind of where to put their mind to, and this is great for comboing off of coming off last week and today. I'm just really excited about it. I can already feel, I see the faith in what I feel, the health of learning this message is already booming, you know what I'm saying? Like, because now from here on out, I know what certain things mean, and I know how to better recalibrate my brain. You know, Jesus said, we've perished for lack of knowledge, and then he also tells us to renew our brain. And today, I think we got something practical with doing that. You want me to turn the heat down, boo? It's hot in here. All right, so how was church, Miles?
Good, but I started to realize last time when I said the people's gingerbreads, well, there was actually gingerbreads made out of Play-Doh.
Okay.
So, because I figured out that gingerbreads don't have scratches, so sometimes it's Play-Doh. Play-Doh gets scratches. So I started to notice this. And I don't remember if it was the same thing as last time because I used it in the bathroom and I was 2, 3. That's it.
Yeah, put your area code in the chat, y'all. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. One Church recap. Shout out to all 5 of y'all in here. Definitely run up the likes, but Miles was noticing some clarity. It wasn't what he thought it was. It was Play-Doh. It's Play-Doh. He thought something.
And you learned about Jesus talking to people?
Well, yeah, but you can talk to Jesus whenever time.
Yeah, that's right.
Amen.
You can talk to Jesus whenever you want to.
Whenever time. I like that. I like that phrase. Whenever time. You can talk to Jesus whenever time. I'm gonna start saying that. It's gonna be on the channel now.
And I made a new friend.
And you made a new friend. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you know your new friend's name?
No, but I do know he starts with a T.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what's up. Baby, I know you got some, man. One Church word was so great today. Shout out to all 35 of y'all in here. Run up the likes.
Oh, Miles, so they did teamwork in church too?
We did teamwork together.
Okay, I saw y'all over there sitting together. What was y'all doing? I thought y'all was just playing a game.
They were.
We too was doing teamwork that I was in the front of him because I like people that help me spin that chair. So he spinned the chair for me.
This was teamwork, you getting spent around.
No,
in the
that's
chair.
not it. That's
Okay.
not the teamwork. Me and him put the spinning chair away together.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Oh, so you made a new friend and then you guys worked together to do something in the class?
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
Good job making me proud, my boy. Best son ever. Well, best son ever checking.
Oh, actually,
not done.
Well, actually,
What's up?
I actually was doing teamwork with him first, and I asked, "Do you want to be with a friend?" And he said yes.
Nice.
So that was after the teamwork.
Okay, that was after the teamwork.
I'm glad
That's
you
what's
asked
up.
him
I'm
to
proud
be
of
your
you that
friend.
you representing the McCoys right when you out in these classes and doing stuff, Miles. I love that you my son, and I love how you do things, man. Keep it up.
Okay.
Word was good, y'all. Deuteronomy's. That's initially when he said Deuteronomy's. That's what I call it, by the way. We're talking about the book of Deuteronomy. I call it Deuteronomy's. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it more dramatic. It is a very, how do I put it? Because I've listened to, I didn't realize this whole time was like this concept of proper living in the way to view your past according to Christ, and then, you know, mix it with Isaiah later too. What was we talking about last week? Like what to forget. And then on here we was talking about like what to really remember, and a lot of help, a lot of practicality with this word. I feel healthy already leaving out of there. Appreciate everybody who is pulling up, running up them likes right now. I'm gonna let wifey, you got some. I know you liked the service today.
Yes, I did. I guess what I liked about it was I liked that he talked about how Moses took time to write Deuteronomy. It was, you know, after his life, he looked back and reflected on some things and was sharing with the people. So his message was like to remember what God has done for you and to encourage them to live according to God's law, which I'm a pretty reflective person. So I like that. I think it's just a reminder too, like you don't have to wait to the end of your life to reflect and to look back. Like you probably should do it more often. So giving yourself time to stop and reflect. And not just, I think sometimes we get really reflective when things are going poorly.
Yeah.
And we reflect on like, how did I get here? Why am I here in a negative way? But I like that pastor talked about, you know, looking at the good and looking at the bad. So that's one part of it. But then also taking the time to reflect when you're on that mountaintop, right? When things are going really well, to still look at the good, but also look at the bad. And then understanding that reflection and looking at your life is about looking at what God has done for you, yes, personally and your growth, but then also how can I use that to help others? Because I feel like I've heard a lot of messages and learning a lot, like God blesses you, but it's not just about you individually. It's about then how do you help others around you to further his kingdom. So I like the message today. He had this 3 things, like remember where you came from and where you're going. Remember God and what God has done for you. The second thing. And then what was the third thing?
Who you are.
Oh yeah, the second thing
Christ.
was remember who you
Pretty
are.
much remember
Sorry.
Like despite the first 2 things, remember
Which
who
is from The Lion King.
Yeah, Kay mentioned that.
Remember who you are.
let me tag in real quick, man. This service was so good. The thing that one of the biggest things, because every week this happens, because I really use the word I use it as a tool to really help and fix me. But as wifey would know, I'm from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So it is often very easy for me to remember and reflect. And I think I've gotten to the place now where I remember and reflect accordingly the way God would have me do it. But one thing I really struggled with in real life was being removed from what I started from, and then being an adult, being in control of things, from survival to doing well, or you know what I'm saying, not paycheck to paycheck, but being able to, you know, get the savings up, handle things, you know, do things like that. If you not, what do you say? If you don't remember how you got here right, then you won't handle the prosperity right. So I felt like I felt that on both ends, where God had delivered me from the way things was in terms of food, options, choices, security, love. But I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a new space, but the mindset is still very much, in this case, Egypt. Very much so, still Egyptian. So, you know, thank God thank God he put things in place for me to get well, like the missus, somebody who I love and respect. And when we get to talking about finances, even when, you know, fresh out of college, man, I was over 50,000 in debt. Like, so some of these conversations needed to happen, but as God was pushing me to basically adulthood, you know, it was very important that I rewrap my mind around, like, I am a new person. So this is something, like, I'm getting at 35 that I probably should have really, hopefully, came across 10 years ago. But I think it's time for now. That's how the word is. When it's time for it to hit, it hit. You know, you just got to make sure your heart and your mind is prepared to embrace it. But, like, no, getting out of bondage, for the one thing, like, God will cut you up out of bondage easily. Like, that'll be quick. You really pray for it, boom, that you could be out of that bondage. But then the mindset, and then see, God is aware of these things. The mindset and the craving, the old, the things we go through. The things we go through. So, great word for me. You got something else, babe? I got more, but I don't wanna overtalk y'all. But yeah, it's important that you get yourself together, because God is always looking to promote you. And then, like, you're always one decision away from making life jacked up. And it's something I know. I don't live in fear, but I always want to elevate you. But today I learned, in pretty much every step, or this is the way my mind going now, pretty much every step of advancement, it's important to remember how I got there properly. Because the words say, God say, if you don't do it right, then you will get prideful. You will fail. So, like, even that small detail is something I'm definitely going to take in, work in, sit on it today, a week, a month. But, like, that is now installed into my way of thinking, moving, mind frame. It's imperative. And then he even gave us the context of when to do it, at least the Sabbath. So whenever you rest, whenever you chill back, peel back, it's important to remember how you got here, remember it the right way, and then don't be remembering the past wrong. We get away from, oh, look at Simple Church packed today. That was funny, Simple Church. But yeah, I like the message. And then, like, you can look back on things. This is something I learned from my own experience. Like, I did grow up in dad wasn't in the house. And due to whatever factors, me and my dad had this conversation like 7-8 years ago, where I had to just tell him and, like, keep it real. I thought I was calling him out, but then when he was running it back to me, what had happened was I perverted the history because I didn't like the history. I exaggerated it so bad. Like, this, like, I guess it's just human nature. But then to sit there and go from and I'm happy God did this, to go from exaggerating how much I felt my dad wasn't there for me for whatever reason. I probably was emotional in my feelings. Like, I was thinking about becoming a dad. So a lot of things was going into my mind. I had a lot of lack of self-confidence that I was grabbing from my parents. They didn't tell me I was gonna be a bad parent. I'm creating stuff in my mind based off of an experience that I had, and I embellished like how bad it was. Like, I'd always been looking out. But long story short, like, Pops is, in a traditional sense, in a way that I think God would have families be set up. No, he wasn't there, but all of that, like, I was literally saying things he was there for, like games, events. He was there. There's pictures. There's literal pictures. So, like, how can you get to a point where somebody care about you? They're a flawed person. They're a human being. But then you distort the history to, I don't know, make excuses for self to vilify that person. But I've lived through that where you can remember something being better than it was or way worse than it was if you don't remember it right, so sorry, babe. Sorry for the ramble.
Well, no, I think it's true. I think anybody can relate to that. There's things in your life where you, like your pastor talked about it, you look back and we remember, and we always, there's people talk about that, look back at, right? Or especially when someone dies, we want to talk about the good things, and obviously we should, but there are things that happen that are not positive that we can't forget, because that are part of the experience. Like the whole experience needs to be looked at, and then like pastor said too, you look at it with grace. So your issues with your dad and stuff, like he might have been there, but clearly for your child, well, not just grace, but for whatever you needed as a child, it wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't didn't fully fulfill you. So looking back with grace, understanding like your dad did what he could, what he thought was best, or that he could, but still understanding like that hurt, and then dealing with it from there, not dealing with it from the extreme that you had. And I think praying to God and asking God to see you through that and help you understand that. And that's in any type of relationship. It could be dating, it could be friendship, it could be at work, right? Like I've had situations at work where I felt alone, or like when I was an early teacher, I had a teacher who was really mean to me, and it made me feel like I didn't want to be a teacher anymore and couldn't be a teacher because of the way she was treating me. And I can look back at that, and no offense, I didn't really care for her, and she was mean, so I don't look back and remember. But there were small moments where we had fun together and we could laugh together, but there were also moments that were really draining. And it's very important that, like you said, I don't embellish that and make it worse than it was, because that ruins not just that moment, but that whole time of life can seem harder. And then I think the point of that too is you don't see your blessings, you don't see what God has done for you when you are so negative about that one thing. Or when you only remember the good, there's a potential that you just think, oh, it's because I'm lucky or because of who I am. You don't see God in it. So I think the point of trying to keep it as realistic as possible is to always keep God in sight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just think it was a great word. I gotta run in here and get my wallet. I know wifey don't want to hold the phone. So, but I really appreciate this word. Like, there's a lot of it is about, renewing of the mind, keeping your brains steady and right for health. I gotta find my wallet because I gotta feed these peoples. But this is a little pit stop. Oh yeah, it's for sure important, man. It's for sure important, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. Run up the likes. Stay running up the likes. I'm about to get back in here. Shout out Drippy. I don't know who he is, but definitely run in the comments up. What did I wear yesterday? There she go. But yeah, man, it's great word. And then remembering things good. Remembering it too well. Like, it wasn't that good, yo. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that popping. Oh yeah, thanks for subbing. Every week, man, we got at least like maybe 20 sermon reviews where we just talk the word. Run up the likes.
Step back down, buckle up.
Yes, Miles.
I want to go straight in.
Miles, I'm sorry, I left my wallet, so I had to stop back at the house before we do our routine. I gotta fill up your mom's truck so she got gas.
Don't have a truck.
It's not a truck.
And then I
Thank you, Miles.
I could drop y'all off. Y'all wanna go in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to?
That was a joke,
Oh.
all right. Y'all see these two? Y'all see what I deal with?
If you insist.
Yo, they both like, please, do you mean it?
Yes,
This is crazy.
I mean.
This is blessed. I'm so blessed, man. But yeah, remembering things the right way, and then that whole walking into a room analogy, and then forgetting what you walked in there for. Thank you, Pastor Greg, man. I used to play football, and like I think like once a season now, I like try to check in with wifey, like, yo, if I'm looking crazy, if I'm looking wild, if I'm looking CTE, you know, she got the green light to do what she got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be looking at the little research, and I'm not nervous. I know the Lord wouldn't take me to anything He wouldn't get me through. And I know He got me through well. I don't think my brain's working well. But it's not the same as it was before playing college football. But He just told me that, you know, you just got a lot on your mind. And then the challenge of what He said, and this is somebody who, look, I observe the Word every day. I'm listening to Scripture every day. But according to this example, the Word is getting choked out by other things. Like, if it's too much on my mind, it's too much on my mind, and the Word may be getting choked out for other distraction type things. And I'm gonna accept that rebuke. I'm gonna accept that rebuke. And it definitely made it. It made it like a camaraderie. Like today was one of the first times in one church I felt like we literally all was a team. Like I know how many groups is going on. Like I know almost like a couple dozen people now here, like men, I could say, and I think we all got a lot on our mind based off just the 9 a.m. service. That quick experience when he said that, like, I sit in like the second row. I didn't even turn around and look back, but you can hear like, yo, we all going through that. And it makes sense. It makes sense. We got all types of stuff that's impacting us right now, whether it be the economy, whether it be the government. I just saw something about ICE not too long ago. This stuff is...
Well, I talked about too, like you have local things that are going on, your family, and then just things in your own mind.
Yeah.
So, like at every level, there's things to worry or be concerned about or that are fighting for your attention.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like.
So I just encourage you to make sure that you put God at the forefront of all that. And then I think too, like we've talked about before, like when God is at the forefront, you see the world through the eyes of Christ. You see people as God sees people, and it takes a lot of that anxiety and stress away. So then when you do look at it, you know, the news, or you are dealing with a family issue, you look at it through the lens of Christ, and it makes a world of difference.
It impacts you, yo. Like everybody see things different. I know what God is, what I'm seeing God put on my heart and how He's getting to me is like, because apparently I'm like compassionate, but I'm struggling with observing the pain and the despair and the things I'm observing, but it's not making me sad. It's like activating me in a certain way to get active, get involved with my sphere of influence, the people around me. Like I love Christ and the impact of just His ideals and views and the way He views me and would have me live. I really appreciate it. I don't really know what life would. I've experienced some life where Christ wasn't the center, so I'm just happy to be on this side of the fence, man. Run up the likes. Sorry that you had to go. Thanks for pulling up, Drippy. You did a lot of comments. Oh, you from the UK. Shout out to UK, man. UK been tapping in a lot. I appreciate y'all. This channel becoming more international. I don't think I think I said the point where, you know, everything's on our mind. And let's just recenter. I took that as a rebuke. Let's recenter and put more Christ on the mind. But I like that. That was a good challenge for me. I can always try to get more Christ on the mind. But the book of Deuteronomy, I think I'm gonna throw it in my spins. I don't think I listened to it in at least 6 months. So
Well, what did he say? He said at least 30 times. He says, forget not, and remember.
Yeah, forget not and remember. Like, the book of Deuteronomy is about...
Well, I like how he tied it to, like, that's why we take communion, and that's why we celebrate Christmas, even though it's not, the exact day. And Christians like to argue about, like, is it pagan, is it this or it's that? Like, if you're truly taking the time to remember the birth of Christ, Easter, take the time to remember what God has done, take the time to remember when you're taking communion. So do it when you want to. I'm not saying, like, you have to do it on December 25th or whatever if that doesn't align with you, but, like, take the time to remember at some point why, we are able to be who we are able to be. And it's all about God's love for us and the sacrifice that his son made to show us his love. So.
Yeah, I'm in a good space. Life's great. And then, like, I have this amazing teacher who I feels clarifies and teaches me what's going on with this relationship I have with Christ. Like, I've been having this relationship with Christ, and I think sometimes we have disconnects. I think some things he knew. See, I gotta wait till after the light.
I didn't know if you saw it. But yeah, we like Greg Ford's teaching.
Yeah, I love him as a teacher.
He's a teacher more than a preacher.
Second favorite.
Looking to be taught about God's
second favorite real life teacher.
Word in the Bible. And then I like too that he even encourages you, like, go read it for yourself too. I think that's a big thing. Like, it's not just taking his word for it. Go read it for yourself, study it. He's given, like, websites to look at and
the study Bible,
podcasts and books and
even like
apps.
I think I finally started, like, every time I'm reading scripture, I'm checking footnotes now. Like, I'm in these references, like, it's clicking, and it's clicking for a reason. I think God just tells us to search. We got to search for the word, and I think just your attempts in searching through this word is what unlock, like, I think after you search X amount of times or a certain kind of way, then God just chooses to give you the knowledge or the wisdom you need in that. Because you can read the words, they're right there plain as day, and not get it. But it's like, it's just something with the commitment, and I don't know. It's amazing though. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. I'm gonna get wifey some gas here soon. I think I gotta go get y'all some insurers.
No.
But yeah, like, share, and subscribe, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. I think I saw like maybe 8, almost 10 subscribers. Appreciate y'all. Wifey, when you turn that off, get a screenshot of the numbers just so
I don't know how to do all that. You have to do it.
Well, appreciate y'all. Miles appreciated y'all. He is my boy. He's the greatest son on earth. And then I'll see y'all next week. Maybe I'll have a revisit this sermon again this week. But that's it. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, man. Shalom. I forgot to get clips, baby. I forgot to tell you to hit the button. See this button right here?
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, every minute or two, tap it.